Ahoy! Today we're talking about a bunch of upcoming skins from the next patch, as well as a remodel. Some of these things were announced over the past couple days, and I was kind of expecting for more to drop, and then Hi-Rez dropped a bunch all on the same day, so we're covering it now. Let's begin with the remodel. The remodel is for Athena, and Smite Game posted the following on Twitter. In case nobody told you, U is Rockstar. U is Rockstar, obviously a reference to Athena's voice line or current voice pack, and then we can see the art here, which shows us the spear and the shield, which are very obvious parts of Athena's current model already. But what we can also see is a long, thick black ponytail and an owl. Since she doesn't have black hair or a ponytail in her current model, it's safe to assume that this is some level of remodel. Which honestly makes sense for Athena because her depiction never really felt like it was really matching the god, and I think that's the goal with the new one. And in line with that, there will probably be a new voice pack as well. I think that is why they made that direct reference to the U is Rockstar, because it never really felt like this was what you'd expect Athena to be. On the other hand, it is surprising that Athena is getting her remodel before so many other gods. Now keep in mind, this has probably been in the works for a while, so I don't think this is connected to her getting buffed not too long ago, because the buff already happened, and I don't think that Hi-Rez even expected her to rise in popularity as much as she did, but it does come at an awkward time through that. In my personal opinion, there are still a lot of gods that need a remodel more than she does, but maybe some of those are also harder to do, because I imagine with Athena they will keep certain components of her previous model. But Hi-Rez also announced something else today. They announced that there will be a new Avatar skin. The previous skins from the Battle Pass will be returning, I think as a chest as far as I understood it, and along with that there will be an Azura skin for Pele. I think this is really interesting because I really didn't expect them to come out with another Avatar skin. I know that the original collaboration was very well received by the community, and I don't know if this skin was in planning back then already as a bonus for later, or if after the initial collaboration Hi-Rez or Nickelodeon reached out again and was like, hey, can we do some more here, and decided to do another skin. Different from the other Avatar skins, this one will only have one version I think, but that's not really a big deal to me personally. What is going to be interesting, since this is a Pele skin, is if she will use any weapons at all. I imagine it might be similar to the Skadi skin, where the fire will just replace the need for a weapon entirely, but that could look very interesting with melee basic attacks. I imagine overall we won't see too many significant changes for Pele's abilities to fit this skin, since Azura does firebending and utilizes lightning as well, which is the stuff that is in Pele's kit, so they can basically almost translate one to one. I'm sure they'll add some nice extra effects here and there, but I think in terms of workload this was probably an easier skin to do than the other ones. But I don't think that makes it any less cool. If they find a good match for a character, I'm always happy to just have them translate those things over relatively closely. But our train today has no brakes, and it doesn't stop there, because we also have a new Battle Pass coming. That is the Monstercat Battle Pass, though I feel like a lot of people will refer to it as the Crab Rave Battle Pass. And that's because, yes, while Khepri already had the Crab Rave in his windscreen, he's now getting a full Crab Rave Khepri skin. And I suppose that's also why they have been playing the Crab Rave song in the SPL so much. So this is a super cool one. We get all the skins and the music themes as well. And I can't wait for the memes being made with the Crab Rave skin. Some people were apparently a little bit upset because he already has the lobster skin, but I hope this skin will still be able to stand out. Maybe not even having a voice pack, maybe just making crab noises. And to be honest, I also think that Khepri is just by far the best fit for a skin like this. At the same time, I think the other skins in this pack are almost a bit underrated by most people at the moment. Slushy Hades is essentially a DJ skin, which in itself is maybe not that impressive. I'm not a really big fan of like the default type DJ skins, but it is interesting because it's the first Hades skin with legs. And it also seems like he's going to be floating around on his little pedestal. I wonder how many of these speakers and things are going to be visible throughout the whole match, because a thing that Hi-Rez always talks about is how gods have to stay recognizable by their silhouette, and the silhouette doesn't really look that much like Hades. We'll find out. My personal favorite aside of the Khepri skin, however, is the Gilgamesh skin, Sullivan King Gilgamesh. I honestly can't even describe this theme fully. It is somewhat of a DJ skin, but also not fully, and then I guess kind of cyberpunk-esque. It's kind of like Raver meets Burning Man, maybe? I don't know how to explain it best, but I think the end result is pretty interesting and pretty cool looking. While the Kovan Chang'e skin itself isn't as flashy, what's really cool about it is that the model of the character actually really closely resembles Katie Boyle, one of the members of Kovan. Obviously it's not 100%, there's still limitations of the Unreal Engine, but overall I think that design is well done in that regard. And it also comes with some pretty cool animations and, in my opinion, probably one of the coolest bunnies that we had so far. The end of the trailer also quickly teases what's likely the order in which the skins can be gained, but it doesn't tell us where to start, so it's not really all that telling. But wait, there's even more. Daredust has also been data mining and has found the next 3 skins that will be coming in the bonus balance. The first one of those is Kuzenbot Kuzenbo. This was originally a skin by Orioles Sasquatch and has now, after quite a long time, made it into the game. What we can already see in the card art here, what's the most unique part about the skin, is that he holds one of his Nene Kappas in his belly. And taking a closer look at the in-game model, we can see exactly that as well, which in my opinion is a really cool design thing, even though it's a little bit harder to see in this pose at least. What we can also see looking at his back is that his spikes that he will activate during his chew are actually not showing like normal on a shell or something, but are these, I don't even know what to call them, locks or seals or something like that, and will come out of those holes when activating the ability. We can also see the nenes here, which honestly look a little bit terrifying with those glowing eyes. Let's have a listen to the voice pack as well.
It is said frequently, but I truly am built different.
I gotta say, the effect here is surprisingly heavy. It's almost a bit too much in my opinion. I didn't expect that. I thought it would be like more of a typical Kuzenbo voice still in there, but it's just super robotic. And normally when it comes to these models, I would say keep in mind that it's just data mining and the lighting will probably be different in-game and everything. But in this case, we actually have a look at the in-game models already. Reddit user PurpleFire99 somehow ended up on the bonus balance version of the client, and here is a look at what the Kuzenbot skin will look like in-game, because it's already there. The next skin is stuff for nightmares, and that is Stitched Creation Agni. Stitched horror if you ask me. This is his card art, where you can see that he is a stitched puppet indeed, and here is his in-game model, and I think this looks absolutely terrifying. I don't know what his abilities will look like as well, because, I mean, essentially he's made out of fabric and he's gonna use fire abilities, so I don't know if he's gonna set himself on fire or something, but I think this guy is really, really creepy looking. Let's have a listen to the voice pack.
What do you call this adventurer who has eaten too much? Stuffed!
Ironically, most of his voice pack doesn't go out of his way to be intentionally creepy, but still ends up being kinda creepy anyways. It's like trying to be funny, but then it's kinda weird at the same time. Again, here is an in-game look from Purplefire. In this case, the lighting is actually a fair bit different and makes him look a little bit less creepy, fortunately. And last but not least, we have Extraterrestrial Tiamat, which is, unsurprisingly, an alien type of skin. This is the card art, and here is what her in-game model looks like. Not really all too different from the base model in my opinion. Sure, it's got some green glow going on and like a slightly different face and some different end on the tail and everything. But overall, it's very close to the base model still, I would say. And if we look at the minions that she has, then we can also see some minor differences there in design, but overall, they stay true to the original Tiamat theme, and I guess that's because they have to stay very recognizable as well, since there are 3 different ones, so you don't really know which ones she summons, and if you always have to identify them first, that could be a fair bit of a problem. And this is a voice pack.
Offer your will to me or perish.
Again, kind of what you would expect from this type of skin, nothing that stands out here. And here's the in-game screenshot from PurpleFire99. I gotta say, in this case, it almost looks like the lighting wasn't finished yet on that screenshot, because it is weirdly dark, and I don't know if she's actually gonna be that dark in-game. At this point, I want to make a quick disclaimer for the upcoming patch notes. Normally, I make a live reaction to them, and I won't be doing that this time. I have to see if I'll do it in the future, but I've decided that this time I'm not going to ruin my sleep schedule entirely just to catch the patch notes. So we'll see what we do in the future. Maybe I will do a summarized version of them, a super cut of the patch notes show itself on the evening of the same day or something. There will definitely still be a patch notes review, so you have something to look forward to. And if you want to see that and you aren't subscribed yet, click like and subscribe, or I will go to my garage, hide in the corner, stare at my home. Thanks to my patrons for making this video possible. That includes That Nick Walker, Donald Ryden, Melancholy Ganga, Dwayne, Brandon, Lanta, 25 Green, Z, The Undead, Nevis Jr., Rawas, and everyone else you see here.